All the babies are here. They're obsessed with me. I hate when people are like, my pet loves everyone. Why would you take this from me? Just make me feel special. Just be like, oh, they love you more than everyone else. I always spill. All the time. My rule with leftovers is 1 week top. I think I have a little bit of anxiety about that though, because I think I got food poisoning one time from eating some leftovers that I probably should have thrown out. I mean, I was drinking all day too, but I don't think so. I think it was something I ate. That's the thing, anytime I like get so fucked up that I throw up, I somehow every time convince myself that, oh, it had to be something I ate. It definitely wasn't all the mimosas I had at brunch. I don't get this messed up often, no. I went to Vegas for one night. I'll just go by myself because I'm only there for a short time and like walk down the strip, have a couple drinks. Well, I had a bunch of drinks and immediately I was like, I want to make a friend. The one place that's never failed me when I'm out alone are the gay bars. There weren't any gay bars on the strip. I thought that was weird. I mean, I feel like there should be at least 5. And so I get there and I'm not quite drunk enough to approach anybody, but I see that there's a drag show going on, so I watch that. I meet these 2 guys. It was just 2 of them, so we end up becoming like a cute little trio. Yeah, it was a super fun night, but I don't know what happened. I'm used to Texas where, you know, we get kicked out at 2 and I got to that place 1. So in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to be here that long. But I don't know what time I left. I lost track of time the minute I walked through those doors. The last conversation I remember is we were in the middle of the dance floor. One of the guys that I was with, he just goes, oh, I wish they'd play some ghetto shit so bad. So I was like, yeah, like Pimp C or something. He was like, I was thinking like Goodies by Sierra. And I was like, oh yeah, that kind of. That's the last conversation I remember. I don't know what happened after that until I woke up on this giant sofa in this giant mansion. The first thing I see when I open my eyes, look at the end of the sofa, and there's just a drag queen laying there. So I'm like, bathroom, obviously. So I come out of the bathroom and now I have to hunt down all of my belongings. And the first thing I see is kitchen. My purse is just sitting there. Everything's in there. Hell yeah. Now I'm like, where are my glasses? If I don't have my glasses, really, I found everything in order of convenience. I found the purse first, then I found the glasses. Now the big one. Gotta find my phone. I've checked everywhere in my purse, my body. I'm like, maybe it's in one of my pockets. I think I would have felt it, but who knows? I didn't realize my shoes were still on until now. And the drag queen just rises, lashes and all. And they're like, oh my God, you're alive. And I'm like, where am I? This is the first time I've ever had to ask that question in my life. Feeling like I'm in an episode of Shameless. And they go, we found you outside of that club and I didn't know who you belonged to. You were with these 2 lesbians. And I was like, wow. They were like, yeah, we didn't know where you were supposed to go, but you kept saying, you know, Charlie's in Arizona. And I was like, oh, that's the name of my hotel, Arizona Charlie's. And they were like, oh yeah, well, we didn't put that together. So I just brought you here and you threw up in the Uber. First thing I did was look down at my shoes. I was wearing my white Air Force Ones and you would have no idea I threw up in a car. There's no way I threw up in that car and didn't get it on my clothes or my shoes. I don't even remember doing it. I mean, I gave myself a pat on the back. There's been times like when I was in high school, I would wake up and there would be throw up on me. And I was like, whoa. And I thought that was pretty impressive. They're like, yeah, so we brought you here. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Is there any chance you've seen my phone? Yeah, we call it lights up. I'm like, thank God. I had no idea what I was gonna do without my phone. I mean, I would just have to live in Vegas. Yeah, so I get my phone and I get into the room and it's like 9 in the morning. Cause you know, when you're the most fucked up, you wake up insanely early. It's like your brain is like, yeah, let's get our life together today. So once I have all my shit, I call an Uber, I go back to the hotel, I just sleep it off, and then I wake up feeling even worse than I did when I fell asleep. It's not a hangover, it's alcohol poisoning. I can't keep anything down, but I have to do the show that I came here to do. So I throw myself together, and it's the type of shower and get ready where I have to take a break and kneel down on the ground, and I look horrible. My eyes are puffy, my face is puffy, my hair hair is frizzy, which sucks because it looked perfect the night before when I straightened it. But no, it's all frizzy. It's not straight anymore, which is crazy to me because Vegas is dry. I get to the show and the first thing I have to do is throw up in the bathroom. I managed to go on stage and I had a great set. It was so fun. I think because I just did not give myself a choice. I white knuckled it and then I threw up like 2 more times. I didn't drink again for like 3 weeks. And then I had time to reflect on how dangerous that situation was. The gays took care of me. The other night, I'm laying in the bed, all the dogs are on the bed. I just heard a bunch of licking and I was like, what the hell is going on over there? And I looked, they're making out with each other. And I kept saying, stop that. And then they kept doing it. They finally stopped for like a minute and the boy dog was humping the girl dog. So I put the boy dog away. I'm like, go away. If I'm not having sex in the bed, y'all can't have sex in the bed. What is happening? I don't mind animals sleeping with me. This is really where I draw the line. I don't want them curling up on my pillow. I put my face on that. I really don't love when an animal licks me, but I'll allow it if it's like my body. Just don't, not my body. That sounds sexual. I'll allow it if it's like my hand, just my hand, just my hand. I don't want any part of them anywhere near my face, okay? I work really hard on my face. My mouth is there. One of the things about this house sitting thing, people are always like, what's it like? Some people are really picky about, you know, their dishes and stuff. This one lady got mad at me because I burned her pans. I didn't know pans could burn. They literally are being burned. I had no idea you couldn't just cook on high all the time. I thought that was the point. I always just went for high, always. I've never understood pots and pans. First time I bought like a pan that you need to like look out for was an iron skillet. Oh, I'll get one of these. My dad's always raving about the iron skillet. Next time I talked to my dad, I told him, I was like, I got an iron skillet. And he was like, oh yeah, you seasoned it, right? And I was like, yeah, like I put seasoning on everything. And he was like, no, like you gotta season the pan. Till this day, I don't know if I ever seasoned that pan really, and I ended up getting rid of the iron skillet. This thing kind of grosses me out. I like a nice Teflon non-stick, something that just gets the job done and you know it's clean. My dad got me a wok for Christmas and I was like, great. He was like, don't forget to season it though, you gotta season it. And then COVID happened later that year and that's when I was like, I think I'm gonna season my wok. I must have messed it up because every time I cooked with it, I would just be scraping off all the seasoning and I was like, I just don't think that I'm meant to do this. Yeah, I can't cook. That's what I'm realizing. I can't cook. Cooking wasn't really a big thing in my family, really, now that I think about it. We're Italian, but we're not that Italian. My mom was a big fan of the crock pot. She would just throw a bunch of stuff in the crock pot, but none of us ever really knew what it was. She was just like, we're having a stew. She was a big fan of crock pot. She loved that crock pot. I went through a baking phase because I made a batch of cookies on my own from scratch and I was like, oh my God, I can do anything. Like, that's it. I opened up this bakery cookbook and I just start making different things. I was like, I make a cake. I was like, I can make anything if I just follow the instructions in this book, you know? So I saw a donut recipe. I was like, I can do that. I'll do the donuts. So if I didn't know what something was, I just skipped past it. This was when I was in junior high. So if you wanted to look something up, you had to walk all the way to the family computer and do it, and I wasn't trying to do that. And so I make these donuts and they weren't donuts, but I didn't have a donut pan either, so I just like you probably need a deep fryer to make a donut. I'd probably try to throw them in the oven. They weren't donuts. I had a friend over and we were just sitting there like pretending to enjoy them because we made them together, and I was like, yeah, this is probably a fail. I don't even think we should be eating these since they're raw still. So yeah, I don't really cook. All I really need is slap your mama. That is the most, I need something spicy. I used to do Cholula only. I was just a Cholula girl for years. I don't like it too spicy though. I don't really get the hype on habanero and all that. If you're trying to challenge yourself, go for it. To me, there's no flavor. I don't really do it because it's spicy and I want to be uncomfortable. I do it because it just tastes good. Don't really care for Tabasco. I kind of hate on Tabasco. Like sometimes, and they bring out Tabasco and I don't even use it. I'm just like, Tabasco can suck it. And I used to love Valentina, but something in there did not sit well with me. And I noticed because as soon as I cut it out, I don't mean to brag, but my farts weren't really smelly anymore. A lot of people ask me, they're like, what do you do if something breaks? Well, the best thing you can do is tell them, but that's not what I do. I usually just replace the item. One time I wanted just like a spoonful of ice cream. There was this cute little wooden spoon on the counter. I was like, I'll just use that. It'll be the perfect cute little spoonful because this is a cute little spoon. I have no idea what they use this for. And the minute that it touches the ice cream, it just breaks in half. I was like, oh no. And because this is on their counter, this is obviously something that they use. And I look around to see if they have any other ones. Maybe they have like 6 of these somewhere and I'll just put the new one out. No, this is the only little wooden spoon in this house. And I really got to use my brain. I'm like, where would someone find this? Not at any of the regular grocery stores. I'm like, maybe like World Market? I never think of World Market unless I'm driving by it and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll pop in there and look at the snacks. They do have some interesting snacks in there. If you ever get tired of regular snacks, go look at World Market, go look at TJ Maxx. They just have these random snack sections and everything just looks good in there. I'm like, I want to try this. I want this. And they have all these weird powders that are, I guess, make you shit. I don't know, but they got all kinds of stuff. Okay, that took a tangent. So I go in there and I get the spoon, but I can't just get the spoon. They're called charcuterie serving spoons, so that makes sense as to why it wasn't handling hard ice cream that I didn't even take it out of the freezer. I just put the spoon directly in the ice cream and just tried to go for it. So yeah, it couldn't handle that because it's used to charcuterie. It's for charcuterie serving. It's not really doing a lot of the lifting. So I have to get this whole set of charcuterie utensils and it costs $30. But I still think that was the better thing to do than to have to tell this person that I broke their spoon. Like if I had that spoon and I was only using it for charcuterie boards, I would be like, how did you break it? Were you mad? I would think that the person got mad. Even if I told them the truth, they'd be like, what kind of dumbass tries to eat ice cream with that? And I can't just throw it away because what if they notice it's gone? Now I'm putting them in an awkward position where they're gonna be like, should we see if she stole the spoon? Why would she steal it? And they're like, well, but it's gone. Like, where did it go? Where's our cute little wooden spoon that we have out on the counter in case we need it? Because also Googling this wasn't easy either because I didn't know it was called a charcuterie spoon. I was like, little wooden spoon, and just like wooden spoons were popping, like ones that didn't look anything like the one I needed. This was a very specific wooden spoon. And I usually just replace it. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? They're gonna be like, oh, look at this. It's in way better condition than we remember. And no one ever says anything, but I always wonder if they notice. I hope not, especially the vibrator I had to replace. I don't know why I like tiny utensils, but I do. In fact, I've stolen a lot of tiny utensils from restaurants. Anything that comes with dessert or a tea, that's mine now. I hope the law doesn't find me. But I don't carry a purse anymore. That's what I love about winter is you get your jacket so you can put more things on you if you just throw them in your jacket. The other day I found a spoon in the pocket of my jacket. I do steal a little.